So there's a lot of men who get a bad rap for this. I find men get a bad rap for this in general. And I wanted to bring it up. And I think it's a good discussion to have because I don't find it's like that in our relationship per se, but in other relationships, maybe it's that way or it is. Talking about how it's that time of the year, right? People are getting sick, flu, obviously what we're going through, this whole pandemic, it's serious. But talking about those times when one of you gets a little bit sick, maybe a sore throat, a sniffle, or maybe you're sneezing, maybe you have a headache, maybe you just need to lie down.
Oh, the man cold.
Yeah, but I always hated that because I was never the type. And you tell me the truth. Do I complain when I get sick that much? A little bit.
You know what? In 5 years that I've known you, you barely complain.
Well,
like sometimes I even forget that you're sick or you have a little tickle in your throat or a sore or a runny nose or congestion because you cover it up so well and you don't complain about it. But when you do, you sound like a little baby.
What do you mean? What do I say that's so bad?
I think it's not even what you say. It's how you react. Okay. If I am trying to nurse you back to health, okay, as a loving, caring wife towards you, I want to take care of you, and I tell you, go and take some pills, or go and make yourself a tea with honey and lemon, and I don't know, throw in some ginger or alcohol in there, or even just go take a shot of alcohol, gargle with something. A strong liquor to help your throat, to help the cough. No, the answer is always a big fight. No, I don't want to. Oh, it's not necessary. All I need is a good night's sleep and it's going to go away. And then next thing you know, you're coughing like crazy in the middle of the night and you're waking up the next morning and you'll feel even worse. And I'm like, if you had just taken the damn, Benylin the night before to swallow 2 pills, which you have a hard time doing, maybe you'd feel a little bit better the next morning.
You always call me stubborn, and maybe I get that from my dad.
Yes.
I don't like taking things. I prefer to just sleep and rest and lie down.
Yeah, but you know what? You're a grown man, and when do you actually have time to sleep with 2 babies around? When one that still wakes us up in the middle of the night.
Why do I have to rely on drugs? Why do I have to rely on that stuff?
Because
this
it's
cough medicine garbage and these pills that I hate swallowing. Is one thing about me. I never was good at swallowing pills. Tina thinks
he's really not. He is a pussy. And almost to the point where we just crush them and put it in applesauce and spoon feed it to him.
My mother had to do that when I was younger.
Of course she did.
Them, and she had to put Tylenol in a juice because I couldn't do it. And here I am, 36 years old, and
nothing's changed.
And it's funny because you look at me and you want to verify and confirm that I'm taking it. I've swallowed the damn pills, and I can see you looking at me. I'm like, shut up, babe. And then I make a face when I swallow it. I hate it.
You literally have to swallow it in front of me, and then I'm like, open your mouth. And I need to see this been swallowed.
But I don't think I'm that bad because I don't know, with your friends and stuff or other men in your life, are they bad when it comes to man cold?
Honestly, not that I really know of. I'm actually lucky. My father never complained either when he was sick. Yeah. I've never seen him super sick, thank God, knock on wood. But, just a cough or a sore throat, my dad would just pop the pills, go to bed, make himself like a scotch or a whiskey before bed, or take a shot of grappa and wake up the next morning and go to work. Again, you, like my father, many similarities on that sense. So I've never really experienced a full man cold. Yeah. But I see little snippets here and there of you complaining.
Well, we're not perfect.
Of course not. I think I complain more when I'm sick.
So this is what I wanted to bring up because, there's always, the man cold thing. And then when you, God forbid, when you get your little sore throat or you're sore or you don't feel good, watch out.
Yeah, but that's me every day.
Watch out now.
I complain about some kind of sore or ache and pain in my back, my neck, my legs every day. Fine, I'm guilty of that. But when I'm actually sick, I try not to complain that much. I really try not to.
You're good.
And the last time I remember being super sick was actually I was 39 weeks pregnant with Maya, and it was the worst experience. Bad. It was early January, and I couldn't sleep. I was uncomfortable. I was coughing and sneezing, and I really thought I had the flu. But I didn't, thank God.
Maybe it was COVID. Who the hell knows? Your cough was really bad. It was really
the cough was bad.
Bronchial cough.
yeah, it was definitely really bad. And I think I must have eaten 2 jars of honey. And whoever tells me that the all natural remedies are the best, it is BS in my opinion.
Why? But that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
I would be okay with getting the all natural.
2 jars of honey. And when I couldn't take anything else, and I was practically begging the hospital and the pharmacist to give me something, and finally someone gave in and said, okay, take Benylin cough syrup. I'm like, okay, helped a little bit, but it wasn't until I actually got to the hospital to deliver Maya where they hooked me up on the IV, and I was like, relief, medicine, drugs,
medicine make me feel better.
I felt like 100% better right after the baby came out.
But I guess
But I do complain.
No, but is it worse if like I complain than you complain? Because you're doing so much with the kids and you're busting your ass. It's almost worse if I complain. Because
no, it's not a competition.
No, and not that it's a competition, but I say to myself, well, I can't complain. She's doing everything. Oh, I have a sore throat. I don't even want to tell you half the time because I'm like, you're gonna say, take this, take that, babe. Are you okay? And take a lozenge. And then I'm gonna leave to work. And you're gonna call me. You're gonna text me. You okay? You take a lozenge.
It's so bad for me to worry about you to make sure that you're taking your meds or your lozenges every couple of hours.
Then you throw it in my face. You're like, okay, you see, you didn't take the lozenge. That's why you're still thick. That's why you don't feel good, because you wouldn't listen to me.
Of course, because if you nip it in the butt right away, maybe it wouldn't develop into something worse.
But I think I'm like a lot of men where we almost try not to tell you.
Yeah, because like most women, we probably freak out and want to medicate you and tell you what to do and how, so you get better quicker. We need you functional. And I don't want to get sick, and I don't want your germs to spread to our children. And especially in the world that we're living in right now, you have a sore throat or a cough, and right away I'm going to think, oh my God, he could possibly have COVID.
Yeah, I know.
So it's only normal in the time that we're living now that I'm going to think the worst. Yeah. Even though chances are you don't have it, knock on wood, but...
It just sucks though too when one of the parents is not feeling good and you have 2 young kids. It's like you have to step up your game when one's down, right? It's like
nurse the babies and take care of the husband too, or take care of the wife if I'm sick. Then you would have to pick up your game. We're lucky that we have our mothers who can also step in and take care of us or the kids.
Don't ever get sick ever again, because it sucks. Because it really does.
You were really worried about me, especially when I was pregnant.
Yeah, it was bad. But what about that one time? Was this before Sia? There was that drug, not that pill.
Drug?
Sorry, I know it sounds bad. That pill that you weren't supposed to take a bigger dose. You were supposed to take half a dose, remember? And you were done.
Oh my God. That? Okay, so when I was pregnant with Sia, I was nauseous. So this was I was maybe like 7-8 weeks pregnant.
Okay,
and I took Declectin. So any of you women out there who've had to take Declectin may know how it affects your body. And I ended up taking 2 pills instead of 1 or half of 1 to control the nausea.
Nuts.
Oh boy, I was comatose. I think I lied in bed all day because I couldn't move. I couldn't get up. I felt stoned, and worst feeling ever. And I never took them ever again. I never took them in my second pregnancy. Nothing.
So word of advice: if you just got pregnant, someone recommends Declectin, don't take more than you're supposed to.
Yeah, use as doctor recommends.
That was really bad.
I think that was the first. Yeah, one of the first times you've seen me really bad.
That was really scary. Like she was just, you were, I think it was a Saturday. You were just done.
Yeah.
It was very scary as her husband.
And remember on the cruise last year? Should we bring this one up?
We're going to take a little pause on the podcast. Tina's about to open up about something she struggled with for a very long time. And I witnessed it firsthand not too long ago. Let me tell you, not pretty at all. Just want to take a second and thank our friends over at Steak Bleu. Juicy, healthy, delicious frozen meats delivered right to your door. We're living in crazy times right now, and they've made life so much simpler for meat lovers. And we're talking chicken, lamb, pork, filet mignon, flank steaks, many different cuts. They have a variety box every single Friday. It's under $100, and in their stores, it will probably cost you double. It is absolutely delicious. Vacuum packed. It can store in your freezer for up to 2 years. Go to steakbleu.ca. They're a family-run business, and they're such good people. And for all Marriage in the Fast Time listeners, for first-time orders, use the code FAST15 at checkout. You'll save 15%. Okay, that code again at checkout, FAST15. Go to steakbleu.ca. All right, let's get you back to to the podcast and hear what Tina's about to open up about. You have really bad motion sickness.
It's gotten better over the years. It was worse as a baby, as I was a kid.
I'm glad you brought this up because there's been so many situations, and maybe you have this with your partner, like literally
What?
every boat ride, every bus ride, every
oh boy,
taxi,
yes, it's true.
every taxi. We didn't take many taxis, like cars that will drive you to the airport, wherever you reserve your cars. You were a disaster.
Have been on vacation a couple of times and gone to Europe, and I have literally thrown up. I threw up in Amalfi. In like one of those in the taxi ride to get to the airport, and I was just so sick that we had to pull over and which other one? Oh, the one on in Jamaica.
Yeah, so in
God, Jamaica was really bad.
We went with my old morning show, and we were all excited to go on the catamaran. We're like, yeah, we're gonna drink, we're gonna have a good time. And the bus was going towards this little island in the middle of butt frig nowhere, and halfway through, you were just done throwing up.
Yes, but what did we eat before we got on the catamaran? Which was really jerk chicken. Which yes, it did.
It didn't.
That upset my stomach so bad that halfway through to getting to this deserted island to go and have more drinks, that at this point I was so nauseous and throwing up and sick as can be. They had to send an emergency boat to come and rescue me, and actually a couple of other people jumped onto the boat with me to go back to the hotel. And it's crazy. I got back to the hotel, we slept. And then I felt brand new for dinner.
I like how you blame the jerk chicken. Tina won't have jerk chicken.
No. But the waters were rough, and the catamaran just really tipped me over.
So there was that. Then we were in Italy. We got to Positano, and I think we took the bus.
Oh yeah, Positano. We took the bus ride.
All of a sudden, we get to Positano, and we're at the top of a hill. There's tourists right beside us. Oh, they're taking
admiring
pictures.
The view.
They're admiring the view. Tina is literally, I would say, 6 feet away from them, throwing up like crazy over the hill. All you see is vomit in the air.
So embarrassing.
And you're like, bah! And they're like, take a photo. And you're throwing up everywhere. Then there was the
car ride in Amalfi when the taxi driver pulled over. I'm throwing up and he's rolling a joint.
This guy's rolling a joint, driving us to the airport, and Tina's like, pull over, like I'm gonna throw up. You have to run to that bathroom. And
it was disgusting.
Where the fuck, Salerno or something?
We don't even know where we were.
Where the hell were we?
Somewhere near Naples. I don't know.
Every time we travel, and then we took the cruise. We went on a cruise last year, and you're like, the cruise ships this time of year are great, babe. They're so like you forget you're on a cruise.
Yes, because I have been on cruises in the Caribbean in the past and never felt the waters ever. You know, it was the waters are very calm. I never got motion sickness, seasickness, whatever.
And then?
So Naples. We're leaving Naples, and there's like a rainstorm happening outside. The boat is rocking back and forth, and I am 8 weeks pregnant at this point. And it was so bad. My stomach, my head, I'll let Vinny tell the story.
No, it was really bad. You were throwing up everywhere, and you, can you get my mommy?
I literally cried for my mother.
We were with Tina's parents. They were down the hall. Well, not that far. They were in the next room, but a few doors over. And I had to go knock on your mom's door. There she's in her pajamas. She had to come console you. The funny part was, we had the butler. His name was Jimmy. I don't know if it was his nickname
Jimmy.
or something.
It was probably.
We literally called this guy because between you and our daughter throwing up, we had to call this guy almost twice a day. We were giving him like $10 a shot. $10 a shot. This guy like knew us by heart, and we felt so bad. But he was making a killing off of us. So the more you threw up and the more Sia threw up,
the more money he was making.
It was a disaster. And since then, we haven't been anywhere. No. So you haven't thrown up anymore.
No, I haven't.
And there was even the bus ride, the Italy trip before. Bus ride. There was a boat ride where the guy had to console you. The guy on the boat. You don't even remember that. I think it was between two islands or something. Anyway, that's a whole other bag of tricks. We weren't even going to talk about that. But
so the man cold is nothing compared to what you've seen me do. Over the last 5 years.
Anybody who has if you have motion sickness, it's seriously not a joke though. Like I know I'm making fun of you a bit.
It's okay.
Our daughter Sia at 2 years old. They say as of 2 years old, some motion sickness starts to develop. She had a little bit.
She did, especially when we turned her seat forward facing. She started throwing up, even just like with a 10-minute car ride. But that's calmed down, thank God.
But to be fair, when I was a kid, I used to, I think it was more fear. I used to like avoid roller coasters. I used to avoid heights.
You still avoid them.
I still avoid.
You still avoid the roller coasters.
So,
your colleagues make fun of you.
Yeah, because I had a sensitive stomach. That was my excuse. But I don't have the motion sickness that you have, and your dad has it too.
My dad
right?
has it too. I got it from him.
It's not a fun thing to experience. Anyway, we weren't even going to bring that up, but it's funny that you talked about that. Anyway, we should wrap this up because all this sick talk. We've got to knock on wood and hope
that everyone stays safe.
Stay healthy. We're gonna go wash. All right, we'll see you next time on the podcast. Thanks for.
Thank you. Bye.